even hear me, when I don't have these on. So I may choke myself with this cord on accident. Okay. And if I do, please tell someone. Don't just let me lie on the ground. All right. Now, the people at home, we just did this question. We'll do more just like this, but I think 11 through 17 in the homework, they just have a chart. You have to fill in a couple of missing things. So we'll do another one like this. If you're going to stare at that question, try to make sense out of it at home, go for it. All right. Then this program always gets mad at me when I go to another program. Doesn't let me work it. I'm going to change these directions. This does say find all 6 trig functions, but I'm just going to say this. Find, I'm going to pick one. Let's say secant. Evaluate or find the secant of 405. Okay. Well, this is a no calculator question. We're at Lucas right now. And I think I can expect to give you answer or angles that are like somewhere under 720-ish that I think we could do without a calculator and find where this lands. I think that's a reasonable thing from your teacher. Again, I was mean on your test with the Pythagorean theorem, and I get that. Where does 405 land, Lucas? A student just said, I suck at this. Okay, all right. So what's a full rotation? Okay, so then what's left over? So just kind of count. Okay, so isn't 3, which way do I move for 405, by the way? I don't want to assume. Counterclockwise or clockwise? Yeah, a girl in class did what you did because we don't see those clocks much anymore. Counterclockwise, there's 360. And then he just said we did another 45. So Lucas, what's that reference angle right there for this triangle? You just said it. It's 45 degrees. And then we're going to do the same thing as the other Lucas. You could use letters, but then we're going to change it. Do you remember the letters? Oh, no. I got to go tether myself behind the desk. I'm running out of power. And sometimes when I get that message, it goes right away. So I guess I have to stay back here for a while. Okay. Ooh, this is like double teaching. Look at the video. You can actually see the screen that I'm writing on for class. I like this. Okay. I don't know what the question was. Lucas, Lucas, what is this side measure here? Well, we said A or X, but what would you want to make it as an easy number? 1. What does that mean this side measure is? Gotta be. And then this one, you can do the Pythagorean theorem, but what's the third side? It is root 2. You said root 2. What's 1 squared plus 1 squared? 2, but then you have to square root both sides. There's the Pythagorean theorem that makes you remember that. Okay? Got my papers here that I just smashed on here. Hey. Emergency. All right, and by the way, Lucas, are these all positive? Yes, this is the coordinate. It's 1, 1. You went right and up. So yes, it's all positive. Nadia, what's the secant? Oh, by the way, X, Y, R, because this is the reference angle. Or, if you like, OPP, adjacent, and hypotenuse. Nadia, let's ask you a different question. What's secant related to? Sir kicks or ticks? Oh, got some studying to do. Kixer. So what does that mean secant is? Flip. Oh, you got to flip it. So secant of 405 ends up being root 2 over 1, r over x. All right, don't you feel alive? Nice. You ready? We got one of the new people in Mr. Samuelis's class. Let's get rid of that and let's say, okay. Now, Julia, honestly, this would not be on the no calculator test. This is a little too large. Okay. But I'm going to pick one like maybe tangent. Instead of writing all 6 trig functions, I don't have the time. Ain't nobody got time for that. All right. I'm going to go to my calculator. Did I leave my mouse over there? Oh, no. I can't hold on. I'll be right back. This is a disaster. I like to over-exaggerate. Okay, I'm back. Go to the calculator. What are you doing, Julia? You doing anything? What are you doing? Tell me what you're doing. Ooh, could be troublesome. What you actually should do is divide by 360 instead. What you're doing is seeing how many 90-degree moves you're doing. But when you divide by 360, that tells you how many rotations there are. Does that make sense? So that's 4 full rotations. And then one thing you could do is subtract that 4 out of there. That the 0.166 is the leftover move. And you multiply that by 360. Or everyone just keep subtracting 360 over and over again until you get, what do I got right here? 60. What quadrant is that in? That's the first. So this randomly ended up being, really, this is what it is. The paperclip magnetized to my pen there. Is 4 counterclockwise moves. See, when I make students do that, that gets in the way, though. I don't really need you to write that 4 counterclockwise rotations. But know that in your head that happens, and then you had 60 degrees left over. All right, Julie, going to put you on the spot. This is an easy question. What's that reference angle? What's that reference angle right here? It's 60. So that got revealed to me right away. Now, you should know this, Julia, because we just did it. What's the side opposite 30? Wait, did we do this one? We did a 30, 60, 90, right? So what side do we pick for opposite 30? Or 1. She said A, but we can pick anything we want, and we'll pick 1. What's the side opposite the 60? A root 3 or 1 root 3? And then what's the side opposite the 90? At this point, if you get these two, then 1 squared is 1, root 3 squared is 3, 3 plus 1 is 4. What's the square root of 4? 2. So it is 2. So if you get 2 of them and you're not sure what the third one is, you could always save yourself. Are they all positive, Julia? Veronica, what's the tangent of 1500? Give you a second to think about it. I'm going to label these. X comma Y, R. This is a coordinate. 1 comma root 3. This is why this is called coordinate trig. Veronica, what's the tangent? Perfect. Yep. You can write it over 1. I wouldn't be mad, but you don't need to. Okay. So square root of 3 is the final answer for that one little trig function. If they ask you all 6, then you have to do all 6. Okay. I think you can handle that in the notes. I don't want to do that. Okay, a little bit bigger. I think you should be able to do this on a no calculator test because Blanca, right? I think you should know what 2 rotations are. How many degrees is 2 rotations? I'll give you a hint. Starts with a 7. 720. Now think. Didn't you say that? Oh no, it's because it's 360 plus another 360. Just think 60 plus 60 would be ends in a 20. So I actually lock this in because I think we could go beyond 720, but not much further than that for no calculator. What's left over? Oh yeah, I'm asking you to be numerate. Now I will tell you this, not to interrupt you. These angle measures, when I'm in the no calculator part, you have to understand you're either going to get a 30, a 45, or a 60, or you're going to get a 90, 180, 270, 360, the ones that you're seeing on your orange test. So think about that. It's not that you're going to get 45 but the angle that we'll have here will end up being one of those triangles. So try to think about, well, how far is 20 from 55? Now you could start with that one. Well, it is going to be a 45, but I need the actual number here. Negative 720 plus negative what equals negative 855? So it's at least 100, right? Yeah? And then how far is 20 from 55? 30, 40, 50. And then there you go. No calculator. All right, now, Blanca, where does negative 135 land? Because you know what this is? This is just 2 rotations. I could just kind of ignore it. I don't want the loops in there. Oh, and by the way, sorry, which way does negative go? Clockwise or counterclockwise? Which way? Oh no! Clockwise. No one sees these clocks anymore. We used to have clocks with the 1. What's down here? Is it a 6? I don't even remember. Wait, is 1 up there? No, that's 12. I don't even know what a clock looks like anymore. 3. Is this 6 and this is 9? Is that what those old time clocks used to look like? Right? And then the clock goes this way. The time goes that way. So this is clockwise. Hey, what quadrant am I going to end in? Okay, now here's the thing that I probably confuse you up here. This is either going to be a 45, a 30, a 60, or it's not a 90, 182. We have an angle. We have a triangle. So which one is it? What's the reference angle here? What do you think? You know what 135 plus 45 is? You don't like this no calculator stuff, do you? All right, sorry. It's 180. How many people knew it was 180? Raise your hand. Okay, so that's the idea, knowing that this is 45, because negative 135 is 45 short. Okay, and then Alyssa, what are the sides that we pick for 45s? Oh, we're doing okay on time. So the sides opposite the 45s are what? Ones. A, but then we make them ones. And then what's the hypotenuse or the R value? Oh, but we have a problem. This is a coordinate. Left 1, down 1. Negative ones. So that's the biggest step that's missed at the end. Students doing that. And then X, Y, R. Okay, and then this is good on the internet teaching about clocks. These kids today's with their digital little Apple watches that tells them everything in the world. I swear to gosh, I think in 5 years when I'm teaching, kids are just gonna have a chip implanted in their brain, and that's gonna be their phone. And oh, I just got a text. Oh, I got a Facebook thing. I guarantee it's gonna happen. Anyway, anyone want to be a teacher when they grow up? You're gonna watch. You'll see me. I'm gonna come visit you in like 20 years, and then look at these kids. Okay. Anyway. Oh shoot! I never put anything. I'm sorry. Let's pick our favorite. Let's say like cosecant. So what we're finding is the cosecant. I just picked that out of my strange brain. And what does that equal to? Alyssa, what's the final answer? By the way, Alyssa, who's cosecant related to? Sine or cosine or tangent? Sir. But then you flip it. That's how you play this game of cosecant. So what is cosecant of negative 855 with the triangle that you have here? Which is negative root 2, and you can write it like that. Okay? All right, so just one, not all of them. All right, and then I'm going to put this on here real quick. Oh, let me try to get the thing. Okay, let's say tangent. No, you know what? Let's say cotangent of negative 540. And then look at your orange sheet and show, and I'm going to show you what you did wrong on that. All right, the test that we had there. Because this is one of those. Like I said, these angles will land either in one of the 4 quadrants, being a 30, 60, 90, or 45, 45, 90, or a quadrantal. Okay, I hope you know on the no calculator, you got to relax and say, you know what, in my brain, this is negative 360 plus what? And sit there and think about it. Come on, group response in 3 seconds. 2, 1, 0. What is it? Fumble. Nobody got it. No one knows what's left over? Negative 180, right? You should be able to calculate that in your brain and be able to think about that. Okay, so actually it is one of the ones that are on your test, except I didn't ask cotangent. Here's negative 180. Sure, the negative 360 happens, but I don't want to write it. I don't need that extra loop. Okay, here we go. This worked better in 6 hour. Hopefully it does here. What is that coordinate that passes through in 3, 2, 1, 0? Nothing. Nobody said a word in 7th hour. What is that coordinate to the left in 3, 2, 1, 0? Say it. James, why are you all by yourself? And he's not correct. It's not negative 1 comma negative 1. What is it? -1, 0. Thanks, James, though, for playing. James, I made him sad, and he put his head down. Put that head up. I appreciate you trying. Everyone else, I don't know what you're doing. All right? You pick a coordinate that this side actually goes through. Okay, this is going to go well. In 3 seconds, what is R? 3, 2, 1. I just said it too, right? R equals 1. You pick a coordinate that this terminal side passes through, and you make it up. All right, so that's why in that thing I wanted you to label what is X, what is Y, what is R. So X is -1, Y is 0, R is 1. That's what I expected in those blinks. Okay, so what's cotangent? What letter over what letter? What does cotangent deal with? 3, or reciprocal of 3, 2, 1. Tangent. Tangent is ticks. So cotangent is the flip of that. Oh no. What does that end up becoming? Some people are getting this wrong. What's -1 over 0? Undies. Okay. What time do we get out of here? Okay. Oh gosh, I got a long way to go. I'm sorry. Talking too much about the kids and their chips in their brains in the future. Okay. Now for this one. This is true or false. That's all it says up in the directions. Is this true or false? This is in the no calculator section as well. Okay, then I'm kind of screwing up a little too much because we do have a big one at the end here to cover. And you might want to watch the end of the video. We'll finish it, but I'm going to do one more after you leave because last hour I only did one of the 2 examples at the end here. But just for time purposes, you be a note taker here. This is what you'd have to do on my test here. You'd have to make a whole bunch of different drawings. So for sine of 30, look at how small I make this too. Because once you do this over and over again, you're going to get sick of it, and you're going to get sick of labeling these sides. If I have to ask you again and you didn't know that this side was 1 and this was √3 and this was 2, you're severely and totally behind at this point because we've had this triangle 5 times in class already. Problem with this, though, is this is the reference angle, making sure we mark that. So this is YXR, or so katoa, O, H, and A, not necessarily in that order. Sine of 30 is a half, and that's what I would expect to see because that's the triangle that extracts those sides that I have. Don't put a word sine in front of this. I will take a half point off of that. You sine an angle, the answer is a fraction of sides. The sine does not belong there anymore. Okay, then could I use this triangle? Not necessarily. The reference angle flips, so really you should draw a second one where this is 60 and this is 30. And then the side opposite 30 is 1, side opposite 60 is √3, side opposite of 90 is 2. Where did he get that from? 2 days ago. And I told you this is a backbone of the whole year, what you need to have memorized. This is the reference angle. You could play so and just look at that and know that it's √3 over 2. Because I really want to get to that last really challenging question. Does that equal, well, this implies I have to add these first, then take the sine. So that is this drawing. Okay, this is going to be fun. 7th hour. In 3 seconds, what's that coordinate? 3, 2, 1, go. There they are. I wish you could have heard them. 0, 1. And R equals 1. Sine is Y over R. This is what we expected on the orange test that you have in front of you. True or false? Is this true or false? This is a false-a-rooney. So that means up there is not representing any sort of identity that is true. James, you got all that down with your arms folded over there? Alrighty then. Okay, now let's get to this last one and look at these nasty directions. And I will be able to get through one of them in 4 minutes, but it's going to be in like a format of you just listening as I finish this up. And then when you leave, maybe watch the end of this video. 6 hours should as well, because I ran out of time with them. I'm going to do this one at the end of the video if you want to watch like 2 minutes. That's all I'm asking. It's really not that much. So the directions say find all values of theta from 0 to 360. Oh, no. So I'm going to go over this real fast. I'm finding an angle measure. This is the reverse of the questions that we already had here. Why are we putting our stuff away? Don't be putting that test away. I have to get that back from you. People are getting ready to sprint out of the door. If I'm standing by the door, they probably run me over. Just hold on. Look at James still putting his stuff away. All right, everybody. What is, in 3 seconds, that letter? 3, 2, 1, go. Did you hear somebody? Okay, maybe you didn't know what I was saying except the one person that said why. In 3, 2, 1, what is that letter? R. See, here's the problem. I have 2 answers for this. Lucas don't care either. I'm putting my plus stuff away. I don't care. I have 2 possibilities because you know this is triangle world, and ASTC says all are positive in quadrant 1. I have a negative, and sine is positive in quadrant 2. I have a negative sign. So I am in quadrant 3 and 4, and I'll prove it by starting to fill in these sides. This is why. Don't we go down 4 y's in 3 and 4? Yes or no? And then R is 2. Just for giggles, what is this missing side and this missing side? 1, but I don't really need it. This one's actually -1, but it doesn't really matter for this question. Get this hood on. All right. Now, here's the next thing. What is this reference angle in both cases? 3, 2, 1, go. Uh-oh. 60. The 60-degree angle is opposite the √3. Here is the final answer. What is this angle measure? First of all, everyone tell me, what did I move? Right now, what did I move? How much? 180. But then I have to go this much further. What's the answer for that? 240? And then what's the answer for this? Okay, this is how you do this one. You go all the way 360 and then jump 360 back. What do we have? 300. Okay, as you walk out the door, some faster than others, I'm going to do this last one, and I would suggest you watch this. Okay, oh, right, I got to stop. Okay, you're going to see me leave. Give me those tests as you walk out. Here, I'll take them right here. 1, 2, 3, got it. So give me those 2 pieces of paper as you leave. So many things to pack up. Isn't the bag's kind of annoying sometimes too? You know, lug everything around. Okay, we'll be right back. Internet. You too. Oh, that's right. That's so weird. Have a good weekend, right? Because you guys I won't see. Yes. Oh, nice. Okay, you too. See ya. All right, you too. All right. Bye. See ya. Okay. Had to collect those tests there. So now this one, seriously, we should watch this. Okay, and I don't know why I'm saying that. If you're here, you're watching it. So okay. So number 1, this is tough. Like, sure, this is. I was going to ask you what letters are those, and hopefully you know it's Y and X. But when you have questions like this, and if you've been doing your homework, you know where this came from somewhere, and you want to remember what that is. So what you want to do is unrationalize this, or think about, after doing your homework over and over and over again, that this came from 1 over √3. Because if you don't do this, you won't recognize. Not sure why I'm wearing my mask anymore. Everyone's gone. Plus my ears hurt. You want to recognize this triangle right away. Okay, I think I might have said it. What letters are those? What over what? And the answer is Y over X. But there's a problem. I kind of went over this fast with my 7th hour people. I need all answers from 0 to 360 for theta that has 1 over √3 as a ratio of sides. So what I need to do is understand either ASTC. Oh, and I do have a positive. ratio. All trig functions of angle measures in quadrant 1 are positive. Tangent of angle measures in quadrant 3 are positive. So I actually have two triangles in quadrant 1 and 3. All my triangles look the same. I should make them look not like a 45, 45, 90 because it's not. All right. Y is 1. X is root 3. How did this get positive? Oh, negative. Wrong. Oh, I wasn't finished. Negative root 3. There you go. Good save, Mr. Rush. Negative 1. So negative over a negative becomes a positive as well. So, okay, what's the third side, even though we don't need it? It's a 2. So just referencing that this is a 30, 60, 90 right triangle because we recognize the sides. So what angle is that? And it's the same answer. What angle is that? What's opposite 1? And the answer, of course, is I left that stall 30 degrees. That's all I really need. I need to know the reference angle. And actually, one of my answers is theta is equal to 30 degrees because it is in quadrant 1 and that the reference angle is the angle. This one, trying to really harp on you how easy it is to find these. Answer to yourself how far I went right now. That answer should have been 180 plus 30 more, 210. I don't know why I changed colors, but those are the two angle measures that when I tangent them, I would get 1 over root 3 or root 3 over 3 positive between 0 and 360. All right, I don't want to blabber anymore. Hasta la bye-bye.